cares more about your mortgage loan.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
The 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Well, it feels like it's been a month, but you will get hoops tonight. You will get game one of the NBA Finals, and hopefully it's exciting as game one of the Stanley Cup Final, which we got last night. Vegas Golden Knights get a Tomas Hertl goal at 16:36 of the third period. They went on the road, made a little history. What you know about that? Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Wednesday. Thank you for finding the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. How you living?
What it do?
You all right? Watched a little hockey last night or election returns?
What?
Huh?
A contest?
Yeah, see? The hockey doesn't fail. It very rarely fails. Hurricanes at home were the betting favorite. They were up 2-0. They were, 12-1, I believe, in the playoffs up to this point. And in the history of the Stanley Cup Final, the home team, when up by multiple goals, was 55-0. Or if you like, the road went down by multiple goals in the Stanley Cup Final of game one. We're 0-55. It's a hell of a stat. And now it's 1-55 because Vegas came all the way back and forth. And Tomas Hertl takes the backhand pass at 16:36, and he beats Freddie Anderson, and it kind of sitting right there in the middle of the slot. And it's Vegas' 7th straight win in the playoff. Carolina had allowed 2 or fewer goals in 12 of their 13 playoff games. We got a series.
We do have a series. Carolina's going to bounce back. I think their defense is going to show itself in game 2. It's something that they've leaned on the entire postseason. Last night was just one of those games, and every series has where you're just like, what is happening? Goals finding the back of that comeback. But Vegas has a little aura of a team of destiny about them in this postseason run. And you saw it last night. No panic. And John Tortorella talked about it after the game. He says, if you trust his team to not panic, to not start pressing, they've been down. They came back and won a game beating the Avalanche, and they're down 3-0 in that contest. 2-0 last night. The building's rocking. They come back and forth. And the setup and finish for the game-winning goal, my goodness.
Yeah, no, it was terrific in a backhand pass. And there was Hertl sitting at the top of the slot. You talk about the comebacks, they've both been on the road. That 3-0 was on the road. The 2-0 was on the road. They don't flinch. John Tortorella is the ride. He's a pretty tough guy right now. Not to like. You may not have liked him over the years. I don't know how you feel about that. Maybe that doesn't go away, right? And what did he win the cup like in 06 or something along those lines? But the fact that the dude was like his story. Yeah, I was with my grandkids. And I got a text from Randy, and the GM, he's like, I didn't even know who he was. I showed it to my wife. And, I'm retired. I'm 68 years old, I believe, right? And I got a text, and he's like, well, call him, see what they say. It's been great. And he was just with the doctor order. They made a change with 7 games left in the regular season. Teams don't do that and go on runs like this, or, well, they do. And what John Tortorella's done and continues to do is pretty amazing with Golden Knights. So 5-4 Vegas Golden Knights last night. They are up 1-0 in the Stanley Cup Final. They win in Raleigh. Let me give you phone numbers to get in today and play radio with us. The day after the election, it is 505-246-0610. That's area code 505-246-0610, the Sports Animal phone line, and the Sports Animal Meineke on San Pedro text line. You'll get quality, affordable car care at Meineke on San Pedro. You can send emails, Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com and JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. On the X, it's _JJ Buck. Adrian is in this morning, producing on the television side. We are visible on Xfinity Channel 26 throughout the state of Mexico. On our Facebook page, the OD in the AM. That's the OD in the AM. And on the YouTube channel for ProView Networks. Lots to do today. We're going to get through a lot of the stuff coming out of minicamps, or OTAs. I guess really not minicamps. And just some really interesting conversations after some really big trades, huh? And talk of Aaron Donald maybe coming back. I mean, the Rams are like, well, what? I mean, I would talk to Aaron and what do you think? My Sean McVay's not that.
A little gravelly.
Yeah,
Extra gravelly.
A little gravelly. We'll get there. We get the NBA Finals tonight. I think people are ready for it. Enough
Yes.
talking. The Knicks have been sitting around for, 9-10 days?
Yeah, it feels like the Knicks have been sitting around for a while, waiting for this matchup, and I think this is the best possible matchup the NBA could have gotten. A healthy team with Victor Wembanyama against the New York Knicks. This should be a fascinating NBA Finals. Both teams coming in, no excuses. Yes, you played a long series if you're San Antonio, but you look at everyone is available, good to go. Same thing for the Knicks. Their roster is set, and let's get it.
Wemby and the Spurs are, last I checked, 5.5-point favorites tonight. It feels a little thick for a Knicks team that has been on a run 4.5. The total's kind of high too at 218.5. Play that as you will. This is, what do you like? You like the team that's just rested and playing well, or does that kind of stop their groove a little bit because they've been sitting around? Do you like the team that is in a groove but isn't as rested? Although they played Saturday.
Yeah.
They've had Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I mean, you get 3 days off, right? They should be fresh, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, they're the youngest team in the playoffs.
Okay, they've played a lot of hoops, but they should be fresh. And we'll get into all this because there's so much here, and obviously you got feelings on it. But you make your call. I think I'm leaning Spurs in 6. That's where I am. But I can listen to the argument for everything, and I really can. I mean, I don't believe there's going to be a sweep in this series. The Knicks haven't lost in over a month. Spurs are playing well. I think it goes deep. I think both teams have found something. I think there's a little bit more veteran over on New York side, but it's not like there's a winning pedigree for anybody. It's not like you can point to that guy or this guy and say they've been here before and they've done it, right? This is pretty much new for everybody here. And so I don't know that I find an advantage in the learning how to win thing. One of them is going to learn how to win. The veteran side, if you want to lean on that, then you lean on New York, right? A team that a little older team, maybe they've been through this. They have not. San Antonio's not been through this. So does a veteran team handle it better? I don't know. Seems like a pretty mature group of young guys over in San Antonio.
Yeah, Spurs have skipped the steps because of Victor Wembanyama. And there was a quote from Hakeem Olajuwon that Victor shared in his interview he was doing with ESPN yesterday. And that Hakeem told him, if you're good enough, you can skip steps. And San Antonio is good enough because they have that guy, the way the other players are playing around him. I think I'm going Knicks in 6. My official prediction for the NBA Finals, but I do believe this is going to be a lot of fun basketball, and it needs this right now. Going in, things can happen. You can turn an ankle, all that stuff. We have two teams that their starting lineups are healthy, their bench players are healthy. You have a emerging global superstar in Victor Wembanyama, the New York Knicks brand that is plus good basketball. I'm stoked.
When you say they need it, what do they need?
Well,
they need
all
this.
year we just talked about flopping and tanking.
Okay.
And got to the postseason. There wasn't a lot of good series. There hasn't been a lot of good games. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander being an MVP, but then not liking his style of play. Kind of being disappointed with the Western Conference Finals. You got maybe 2 good games in the entire series. And you just need to focus on the good in the NBA right now.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I think the playoffs have been underwhelming. Is there a moment that you look back on, or there more than one moment you look back on and go, wow, that was a great game.
There's not more than one.
Yeah. What was the one? I mean,
Game 1, Spurs Thunder.
I kind of don't remember.
OT. Wembanyama, 40 points.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
rebounds.
that was the one. Yeah. When he had 41 and 24. Yeah. I think your point. The Knicks Cavs series was lackluster, aside from game 1, right? When the Knicks came back from that 22-point deficit in the first quarter. Otherwise, totally unmemorable. Do you remember Phoenix and Portland were in this playoff? Do you remember that? Remember the Lakers were in it? Remember Denver was in it? Minnesota? I agree with you. There haven't been great moments. And look, sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. It's like a Super Bowl, man. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's a blowout. They're not all going to be great. That doesn't mean the game sucked. It just means this was not the best postseason ever, that's all. But yeah, I agree with you. What the potential of what this could be is something that the NBA needs. All right, we're going to talk some NFL when we get back. Rams talked about the trade. Myles Garrett was there. Jared Verse is in Cleveland. The Browns talked about the trade. The Eagles are talking about getting rid of A.J. Brown. Thank God it's over, is what's coming out of there. Really? That tells you something. 505-246-0610. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
What's up, guys? David Paul.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on, savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I've ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on, savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time.
505-246-0610. Meineke on San Pedro, doing car care right.
Well, the NFL did what the NFL does this week. They kind of reminded you it's their world. They, I would argue, stole the spotlight from the Stanley Cup Final and the NBA Finals, at least for a moment, with two trades, one in particular, and said, you know what, we're going to, not only are we taking Christmas Day from you, we're going to take the finals away. Opening drive, Jeff and JJ. I mean, they did a hell of a job by stealing the headlines this week, don't you think?
They did. I appreciate them getting out of the way early on Monday.
You think they're completely out of the way?
Not out of the way, but we started the show talking with Stanley Cup this morning. We'll start with the NBA Finals tomorrow. And now if, like, the Myles Garrett trade went down today, probably would be the thing we kick it off with.
Yeah. The Myles Garrett trade is sizable in the NFL. If you are a Rams fan, you are thrilled. If you are pretty much anybody else, you're like, what the hell just happened? And I've listened to a lot, and Matthew Berry, the general manager for the Browns, has said, you know, we weren't going to trade Myles. They restructured his contract. People are like, well, why then did you restructure his contract if you weren't going to trade him? It certainly made it easier to trade. And I think the possibility is we're going to prepare for everything, right? And I believe him when he says we didn't want to trade Myles Garrett. And I believe him because there were opportunities and after opportunity. And when Jared Verse got thrown into the package, it was something. And I think from a Cleveland perspective, I think you and I agree with the trade. I think they did well. And I think it was something that benefits them in the immediate, but more so in the long term.
I agree with that. Even being the best defensive player in football, it's a position that you can't say we're not trading Myles Garrett. Because it's not pushing you forward. Like, you have a good defense.
Yeah.
You've won a couple games because of your defense. But where have you been? Your franchise has to just gather talent. Maybe one of these quarterbacks has a pulse between Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders. If not, you have capital moving forward. Plus, getting Jared Verse back, it's smart business. There are very few players, very few, that are untouchable. Myles Garrett isn't one of those players.
Yeah, and he might be now with the Rams. But in that situation, it's the Max Crosby situation with the Raiders. And you saw the Raiders trade him to Baltimore, and then he came back because of the physical. But here's the reality of this, and you hit on the quarterback. So the Browns have had, I want to say, 41 quarterbacks this century. It's 2026, which is insane. Okay? 41. Shedeur Sanders might be it. Deshaun Watson might be it. Dylan Gabriel's probably. So you're going into next year's draft, and you need a quarterback. Okay, cool. So now you have draft cap. But you got to be realistic. And I think Matthew Berry looked at the landscape and said, you know, there's probably 8 teams that are going to be in the quarterback market next year in the draft, if not more. I mean, Miami and the Jets are absolutely going to be in the quarterback market. The Browns are going to be in the quarterback market, so are the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're talking about going into the draft next year. Is Indianapolis solved their issue? Are you certain that Daniel Jones is their guy, or are they potentially in?
As long as he doesn't get hurt, there's potential they're not in the market.
All right, so potential. Yeah. All right, Arizona's in it, right? 100%. I would argue for almost everybody in the AFC South, but let's just say Falcons, Panthers, Saints, Bucks. 2 of them in there?
Yeah.
All right, so that's 7. The Eagles might be. Who knows what they're going to do? The Giants certainly could. I mean, there's 8, 9, 10 teams that are going to be looking for a quarterback in next year's draft, which is supposed to be pretty deep in quarterback. Cool. So you line yourself up with as much draft capital as you can because you know the Jets are going to throw everything they can at the number 1 pick, whoever it happens to be. And so it's great that you have Myles. But Myles Garrett has done – I don't want to belittle this because it's going to come out wrong. What to make you better as a football team? Are you winning games? Because no matter how you slice it, they're not winning football games. And so now I've got this incredible Hall of Fame asset, and I can get a first, a second, a third, and a really, really good young player. I think it was the right move for them.
Myles Garrett has been in Cleveland for 9 years.
What have they won?
They've had 2 playoffs.
And that's not on Myles Garrett.
No, but at some point you have to use your assets to try to establish the future of your franchise. That's your job as general manager. And in football, yeah, it's nice to have an outstanding edge rusher or a fun wide receiver 1. But if you don't have the pieces that go around it, those positions are wasted. And you 9 years, best defensive player in football.
Yeah.
You tip your cap, and you make this move.
All right. So the Rams, this is Sean McVay yesterday. He was comparing this to like when they got Matthew Stafford. And it wasn't a dissimilar trade. They traded a good player in Jared Goff. They traded a couple of first-round picks, right? A very similar deal. They got Matthew Stafford. They went on to win the Super Bowl. McVay said, quote, "We feel really fortunate. This feels very similar when we were fortunate enough to be able to acquire a player like Matthew Stafford. Things like this don't present themselves. We wanted to be aggressive." Okay, cool. So the next piece, and this is, I want you to start thinking about this. Aaron Donald retired in 2024. He played 10 years in the NFL. He was kind of in his prime. I don't want to say kind of. He was in his prime, wasn't he? I mean, dude retired at the top of his game, and there's been a lot of talk. So Pat McAfee on his show on ESPN said that he had texted Aaron Donald about the possibility of returning. And he said, Aaron Donald replied, quote, "It for sure got me thinking." Damn. McVay, the coach, said that he would welcome Aaron Donald back. The decision's up to him. McVay's quote was this, quote, "Aaron's a guy that I stay really close in touch with, and I know the respect that he has for Myles. Talk to him about the opportunity to be able to bring him on board. If Aaron decides he wants to dust him off at age 35, I bet you he could still do it at a pretty high clip." I'm going to tell you, the odds sound at least 50%, and maybe a little better. Aaron Donald's going to come back and join Myles Garrett on that offense or on that defense.
Sure is spicy right now.
I mean, how about that defense? Should I keep him for $2?
I think the defense is going to be very good, and Aaron Donald can come in and kind of pick and choose just in terms of what he wants to do on the football field, mix in there with some of the young guys. Interesting.
Yeah. Myles Garrett talked about the trade. He said he didn't even know it was a possibility until about a week ago. He said it was a surprise to him. He did have a no-trade clause. And he said the decision about whether or not to waive the no-trade clause to L.A. was something that he had to sleep on. It wasn't a no-brainer. It was like, hell yeah, I want to be there. Quote Aaron Donald. Quote Myles Garrett now. I don't take my time in Cleveland for granted. I did love it. It tears at you to leave and to break away. That's just part of the things you learn and have to adjust as you grow up and learn. You have to move on. That was his quote. He said since the beginning, it's always been about winning for him, which they weren't doing there. He continued. And it just breaks down to the timing of everything. What does it realistically look like to be a winner now? And to have an opportunity to do that immediately, that was an opportunity that was just too difficult to pass up. And I always have love in my heart for Cleveland, the city, the community, and all the players and everything else. The opportunity to come here, have an immediate, profound impact on this team was just something I had for. McVay said the hardest thing was just get rid of, to part ways with Jared Bird, defensive rookie of the year in 2020. And all right, what do you got? 505-246-0610. We'll get there when we get back. I got to take a break. Emails come in at jeff@sportsanimalabq.com and jj@sportsanimalabq.com. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Sound.
Mornings get busy fast. We make it easier.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we're the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now. Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Biggest traders we've seen in a while in the NFL. Myles Garrett, maybe the best player in the game. I think at this point, the best defensive player in the game. Gets traded to a contender, and it may trigger the guy who previously was the best defensive player in the game, who retired and is only 35. He may come back. Opening drive, Jeff and JJ, 505-246-0610. Wayne, thanks for holding. You're on the Sports Animal. Good morning, Wayne.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I agree that sometimes you get, as a player or as an ex-player, you get incentivized to come back, especially when you hear that there's another stud on your team. So I could definitely see that those rumors that Aaron Donald might come back may be feasible because of how competitive a lot of these guys are, especially at a high level at Aaron Donald. But I think when it comes to trading players, when the Rams got Matthew Stafford. I think they got a couple of defensive players too. I'm pretty sure they got Jalen Ramsey too, right? I mean,
it was in a different deal.
I think they built the team for that year to win the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And I don't think they expected Matthew Stafford to be that long. I think they thought it was just like he was going to be there to help a team they built for Matthew Stafford to win at that time. But in any sense, I think you're right. I think if you don't really have a good team, i.e. the Cowboys in the '89 where they traded Herschel Walker and then build up the whole team out of draft picks, or even now with Parsons moving and trading that out as well. But I mean, if Browns can use good draft picks, but they never really draft good, which I think is ironic because where's that movie Draft Day about the Browns, and they never drafted good in the first place. So I think definitely some changes up. I think it's going to make the Rams definitely a dark horse to win the Super Bowl again. I mean, I guess they weren't really 100% out of it, but I think they were kind of falling off. So I mean, defense wins championships, and if you can help build some players around Myles Garrett, then I definitely can see them being back in the Super Bowl pretty soon. I mean, I hate to say this, but I definitely can possibly see that. But when they're good players, competitive, I could totally see them possibly coming back. But it's definitely fodder for now with Aaron Donald coming back. But it is a possibility because of how competitive these guys are. But it's good chatting with you guys. I thought I'd chime in.
Good to hear you, man. Don't be a stranger. It's great to hear you back in. Thanks, Wayne. Appreciate you. One thing, the Rams aren't a dark. There's no. The Rams are the favorite. They're the betting favorites. Everybody's betting favorite. There's no dark horse about that. But otherwise, he's right. And he's right on when the Rams got Matthew Stafford, not in the Stafford trade, but they made other. Right about then is when they made a bunch of trades. They built up their defense. They were all in there, and it's very similar to what they're doing now. Right? They got McDuffie in the trade with Kansas City. They traded their first round or their first round for that, right? So yeah, I mean it's very similar. I agree with you. What would they be with Aaron Donald and Myles Garrett on that same defensive line? Kobe Turner coming in, Landman's still there. The back end's really, really good.
I think Aaron Donald will be the situational player.
Okay.
And
okay.
Yeah, like what? Fine. And I think it is really, you're a competitor, but even if you stay in great shape, and I think Aaron Donald's hinted at it, is can I fire it back up after 2 years?
It takes him 3, 4, 5. Okay. Like, I mean, yes is the answer. I would assume. Edward, you're on the Sports Animal. Good day, sir.
Good day, gentlemen. I have two thoughts, one relating to basketball and one relating to football. You're the first person I texted when that trade dropped, and it's good to hear from Wayne. He always has good calls. The Rams were the betting favorite before the trade to win the Super Bowl. This is only going to solidify them. Now, let me say this, Jeff, objectively. Anything could happen, right? Last year, I saw the Carolina Panthers kind of not take them apart, but beat them soundly at home. And it took a great play by Puka Nacua to prevent an interception for them not to lose that playoff game. True. So that's how tight the league is. But the Rams put themselves in a position where, boy, I think that Aaron Donald is going to come back. He's only 35 years old. And don't forget, they signed two-time All-Pro Trent McDuffie from the Chiefs. Yeah. So I know teams get excited about their draft pick. There's not one player in the draft that's going to be as good as, what they got from Cleveland. Myles Garrett, he's been the best defensive player in the league for the last 3 or 4 years. You can make a case for the guy from Pittsburgh. And then Trent McDuffie, like just a versatile two-time All-Pro that's 25 years old.
Well, and they also re-signed their safety, Cam Curl. Cameron Kinchins is still back there. They've got good young players. Kobe Turner's really good. Landman was terrific last year. I mean, and now you're flirting with throwing Aaron Donald back into that mix. And as JJ said, he could be the situational guy. Cool. That's a hell of a situation, man. Yeah, no, it's great. It's fun. And the Rams are doing what I would say the last 5 years or 7 years in the NFL. The old conventional wisdom, Jeff, in our era and part of JJ's era was you drafted the quarterback and you built the team around the quarterback. That ship sailed. You build your roster and you bring in the quarterback. And that's even the case, when they drafted Mahomes, because they were
making playoff runs with Smith.
That's right.
And they said, we're moving off of him. And the Browns went to the Super Bowl against the Patriots with Jared Goff, and it was a close game, and they moved off him.
Yeah.
You know, the Eagles won the Super Bowl with the backup quarterback, and they moved off everybody and won the Super Bowl again. So now quickly on my basketball take. Wembanyama, when they beat a really good Minnesota team, I think had that series had 4 or 5 more games, those would have been 30 and 40-point wins, which they were. What I've noticed about the Spurs is they get better as the series goes on, and they solidify their, you know, how they kind of handle their opponent. And they beat a really good OKC team. When they beat Minnesota, I said they're going to win the championship. I think it's going to be a 5-game series, and I think they're going to be tight games. But one thing, I read that a guy said, and he was being a bit satirical, and he said, just for fans out there, if Wemby doesn't close the deal and loses these finals, he'll never be able to be compared to Michael Jordan, which was kind of a play on LeBron, right? Because LeBron took that 2017 to the finals with a bunch of, you know.
This team's way better than that.
JJ could have played.
Yeah, this team's better than this roster is better than what LeBron had. This Spurs roster is way. Did you disagree with me at all?
No.
Yeah, the team that Wemby's got is way better than the rest of the roster than LeBron.
Agreed, right? But I think the point was you're basically going against the ghost, and this only wins count culture. They're already kind of giving SGA feedback, who's had a tremendous 2 years because he didn't close the deal. So I don't know. I'm rooting for the Spurs. I think it's kind of exciting. I think it'll elevate the league, and we're going to get a good series. I think it's going to be good, but I would say 5 games.
Right.
You know.
You got the
Have
Spurs
a great day,
back.
guys.
All right, man.
Thank
See
you.
you. No, it's good. The Rams talk is crazy right now because what that defense could be, and that's what I've been talking about, the Trent McDuffie deal. Right? They went out and made that trade. And they locked him up. Kobe Turner's still young. Brandon Fisk is still young. Nate Landman is still young. Oh, wait, Myles Garrett is there now? You might bring Aaron Donald back. Dan, I just went to Dan. Left. Dan, come on back, and I'll get you in. 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com and JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. All right, we'll keep them coming. When I know you got stuff on this. Niner fan, Cowboy fan, Seahawk fan, Eagle fan, like the whole rest of the NFC. How are you looking at this now? Do you need to go make a move? Is there a move to be made? And the answer is yes. I'll tell you. Well, JJ, can I tell you who it is now, or when we get back?
When we get back.
All right, I'll tell you who it is when we get back. I want to tell you about LaBarge Landscape because they are terrific. That's the move you should make. Call Ashley and Ruth and have them send their crews out, take care of your landscape need. Mine was a cleanup. It just got away. The sprinklers weren't working. The grass was dead. There were shrubs and trees and cry. It's not my thing. And now my yard is beautiful, and it's been almost a year, probably 10 months since they came out. The front and back, still love it. I'm going to have them do a little cleanup again, and I got them working on another project. They will create the landscape of your dreams. If you know what you want to do with your landscape transformation, you're thinking about whether it's taking that tree out, putting one over there, and a wall there, and a water feature here, and maybe a putting, whatever it is. Have them come out, and they are going to over-deliver for you like they did for me. If you know you want to do something, you're like, I'm not really sure what to do, Ashley and that team of experts on their design team will come out, look at your space, talk to you about what it is you're looking to do, drop a bunch of sketches until you and your family get exactly what it is you want, and then you're going to enjoy this landscape transformation for years and years to come. They are the best. They've been doing it for 33 years in this market. It's family-owned, family-operated, and just spectacular. Go over to their website. It's LaBarge, L-A-B-A-R-G-E, LaBargeLandscape.net. Bounce around the gallery, look at some of the gorgeous projects that they have done, and then give them a call and set up an appointment. It's 505-345-3000. That's the number, 505-345-3000. LaBarge Landscape. Whether your project is small or large, the answer is easy. It's LaBarge.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations.
Picked up by the CW. So the Lobos will have 9 nationally televised games. And the Isotopes got beat last night in their series opener in Salt Lake City 7-4. Same 2 teams tonight on these sports. Want more? We're talking sports on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. I'm Jeff Symbieta.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in particular.
On the Sports
I will get into the A.J. Brown stuff, too, as he leaves. But the Rams thing is just the biggest story. 505-246-0610. Your emails come in, Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com and JJ at sportsanimалabq.com on the email or on the text line. Monica and San Pedro text 505-246. Go to you, Dan. Welcome back. Good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Dan.
Good morning, boy. You guys are having visions of grandeur over there, huh, Jeff?
Well,
all of your Rams action.
I kind of like the way it's playing. I'm not going to lie to you. And I think everybody in the NFC is going, what the hell is happening? Yeah, I mean, as a Seahawks fan, how are you feeling about all that?
I'm pretty pissed off about the whole thing, but I gotta trust my team can come and give us a back-to-back. I know that's really a vision of grandeur, but I gotta be a good fan, and you know me, I'm just a silly fan. But hey, on the NBA, I think I hate to say this, but I think the refs are going to play a big part because Towns is going to get down there and try and beat him up and put some bruises on the big guy, right?
Sure.
But I don't know if they're going to be able to contain that guy. But to me, Towns is a very, very talented big man,
Yep, no, there's no doubt. I'd like to see how he plays in this moment against this guy. Because I think that's as key as anything there is in this series.
And then one thing I was going to say is, how are the refs going to let him play, in the trees down there? How are the refs going to let him play under the goal? And I mean, is Towns going to get into foul trouble because he's trying to contain this guy right away? I don't know, there's so many variables, but I think it's going to be fun. Yep. I genuinely think it's going to be a fun series.
I do too, and I think it's going to be physical. All right, man. Talk to you.
Right on.
All right, let me hit something, and I teased it going into the break. If you are Dan's the Seahawks, Seattle's the defending champ. Dallas thinks they're a contender, although I don't think this move is for them. Philadelphia certainly feels as they're a contender. The whole NFC North feels that they're contenders. San Francisco. There's one other move out there that, whilst maybe not as seismic, it's the only other thing that I think that compares, and that's Max Crosby. And can you entice the Raiders if he can pass a physical? Depends completely on his health because the Ravens tried to do this 2-3 months ago. Can you put a package together that is somewhat similar if you are Seattle, if you are Philadelphia? That make or is that impactful enough to go out and try to make something happen? Because the Ravens tried to do that. When they did, we all said, okay. All right, maybe that puts them a step up, and then he didn't pass the physical. Don't you think if you're everybody else sitting there going, holy crap, look what they're doing. I'm San Francisco, I'm Seattle. What can I do? Wonder if Max Crosby's still available. You got someone else?
You wonder, does price come down a little bit on Max Crosby because of the questions, and even if he passes the physical, maybe there's a little bit more of a risk involved, and he kicked the tires on that conversation. But if I'm these other teams too, I'm looking at it, and you can't panic because
would that be a panic move?
Oh yeah,
okay.
Especially just now, there's legit questions. Like the Raiders can be fine with Max Crosby, but you're looking at the knee, and is there 2 years left in that knee? Is there 3 years left in that knee? And the NFL is a game where, yes, you can be the favorite.
You can recoil really quick.
Yeah, we can watch everyone, not everyone, but we can see something happen in that league where you did not see that.
Is there a stud? Is it TJ Watt? I don't think Pittsburgh gets rid of him, do they? Although they're going to be in that quarterback situation too now. Is there a situation where maybe TJ Watt's the guy? Can you throw a Rams-type deal at Pittsburgh that lures TJ Watt away?
If I'm kicking the tires on something, I'm making that phone call.
Well, I'm making that one first before the Raiders. But if you're, I don't know, pick, man. One of those contenders I just gave, and you're watching what's going on there, I don't know if I think it's a panic move as much as I'm in win now, and the win now just got a little tough. right? I'm Seattle. I'm San Francisco. I'm Philly. I'm Dallas. Might be Detroit. Right? Pittsburgh's in the same quarterback issue going into next year. What the hell are we going to do? They have no idea what they're doing. Right? Aaron Rodgers made it very clear, this is it. They got the two young quarterbacks. I mean, cool if you think Drew Owler or kid from Ohio State's the guy. Cool. But they probably don't. And so can they use that draft capital? Just kind of like the Browns are, and would they be willing to get rid of TJ? You're making a call, aren't you?
Absolutely. You didn't think that the Browns would be willing to get rid of Myles Garrett? You can say no. All right. But that's the type of deal you need to be thinking about.
If you're
Chicago,
okay,
Philadelphia,
Chicago, okay,
Seattle,
yeah, San Francisco.
I don't think they can do it.
I don't think they can either.
The age of the roster, and again, I think the big swing here. Yeah, you can offer multiple first round picks. But I do think the big swing, and Andrew Berry said it for the Browns. Like, we thought differently when they were sending back a 25-year-old legit pass rusher in Jared.
Okay, so the blueprint's out there, right? So there's a model now. And
but none of these teams are good enough to give up a defensive player
Seattle
and be that better, much better.
Seattle might. You don't think so?
Well, who on that defense?
Curtis Jones, but he's not that young. Witherspoon's nice, but he's not that impactful. You're going to want somebody up front. That was Leonard Williams. He is 31. That makes him too old to be that guy, right?
The Rams are just in a different area code because of how good they have drafted on defense the last few years.
And hitting in the middle of the draft. And that's what it's been for them. The whole bleep them picks. And that's why they got a little cocky to them, right? You know what? Cool, man. Take our first and second. Look what we're doing with third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Look what we do. And by the way, people want to be. And we think we're set for a while, and we got Ty Simpson after Matthew. Yeah.
No, yeah, if you don't have that defensive piece, are you willing to go 2+ first-round picks for TJ Watt?
Win now, right? Win now. Because to your point, man, you can leak oil quickly in this. And you go from a contender to a not. Really, really, really quickly. Win now. All right, 505-246-0610. We'll get into that. I want to get into what the Eagles are doing. The response coming out of both New England and Philadelphia after the A.J. Brown. Telling in some respect. Kind of crap will wear you out. And you think it doesn't run through their locker room and, they're professionals and they're just coming in, putting their head down and go to work. Listen to some of the quotes coming out of there. Just like your office space, man. When there's drama, and it hits everybody. 505-246-0610. He's JJ Buck. I'm Jeff Symbieta. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, Together we'll become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on, savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast.
Sports Animal, your home for sports talk in the Duke City. Now it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Game 1 of the NBA Finals tonight. Looking forward to watching Wemby and the Spurs, Jalen Brunson and the Knicks. They'll all be in Texas. Game 1. Stanley Cup Final Game 1 last night in Raleigh, North Carolina. The home team jumped out to a 2-0 lead, and history told you it was over. Game 1s of Stanley Cup Final where a road team trailed by 2 or more goals. That road team had 0 wins and 55 losses. Little history last night by the Vegas Golden Knights, who continue to make history. They are now the first team to come back from down 2 goals on the road in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. They get a Tomas Hertl game winner at 16:36 of the third. 5-4. VGK beats the Hurricanes. They lead the series 1 game to nothing. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. You're welcome to get in today. In fact, encouraged at 2460610. Your emails come in, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. We're on the television side, Xfinity Channel 26 throughout the state of New Mexico. Our Facebook page, the OD and the AM, and the YouTube channel for ProView Networks. Adrian is producing there. And, of course, the Monarchy on San Pedro text line, 505-246-0610. Talking a lot of football. I just got a text from Josh, who is listening in Indiana, Pennsylvania. JJ, we are all over the place. The app is it goes everywhere. And we were just talking about, should the Steelers move TJ Watt? They're in a very similar position, although they won't admit it, that the Browns are. They're going to be in a place next year where they have no idea what they're doing with quarterback. In fact, I would argue the Browns are in a better position at quarterback, and they made this move to secure that. They've got two guys, maybe three, that could be or might not be the guy next year. The Steelers know their guy's done after this year. The difference is the Steelers think that they've got an opportunity to win this year. The Browns probably realize they don't. They'll never tell you that publicly. And so while the Steelers won't say, you know what, we're going to give up our best defensive player for the haul because we think we can win. Josh said a lot of Pittsburgh fans want to move TJ Watt. Ownership seems to be the holdup. You talk to a Steeler fan, and every one of you knows a Steeler fan. We're going to have one in here co-hosting on Friday. Ed Manzanares is a big Steeler. A lot of them want to move. They want to do exactly what the Browns just did. Let's get a haul and rebuild because we need a whole lot more. And are we winning with this? You can tell me the TJ Watts, the Myles Garretts, the Aaron Donalds are generational players. I don't know if I think Max Crosby's that dude, but okay. But if you're not winning with that player and you haven't been able to put the pieces around it, then don't you have to consider using that asset to build a team instead of just have this one really good player that you're losing with?
Absolutely. And it's timing. And the Steelers are kind of in that area where are they going to move off TJ Watt thinking they can be competitive right now? No, but they also did just give out a $100 million contract to another rusher yesterday. And at some point, those things start adding up. You have to think about the future, which, the Rams are also in a position that they could acquire Myles Garrett because you look at, some of the other young players like Puka Nacua hasn't signed his deal yet. Kobe Turner hasn't signed a big deal yet. So they've been able to work their way around this. But if you're Pittsburgh, you look at this kind of purgatory that you're in where you committed to some other pieces on that defense. Now, I think it would be hard to get TJ Watt out of Pittsburgh right now, just with the mindset of where ownership is with the last ride for Aaron Rodgers. But it is absolutely worth the call if you are a team that you have to look at your foundation and say, we're set. This would take us over the top. It's the Packers sending picks for Micah Parsons. It's a good team willing to give up multiple first-round picks.
I always think about the player in this. And Myles Garrett said all the right. He said, I had to sleep on it when it came to should I waive my no trade. I love Cleveland, the city, the community, the players. He said all the right. And I'm going to believe him when he tells me it wasn't easy to waive it and accept and move to Los Angeles. Not because there's 14% state income tax there. Although, that's got to hurt. But he said the right thing. I believe that the relationship's there. You get comfortable. You love a place. If you're there that long, you learn to love it and they treat you well. And, remember a year and a half ago, he wanted out and then they paid him and he loved it. But I think about the player. And I always go back to this. The Angels for years have had two generational players. Mike Trout is one of them. Shohei Ohtani was the other. Right? Mike Trout continues to get, and this is no knock on Mike Trout, because I think he continues to think the Angels are going to put pieces around that they're going to be contenders. He gets huge deals. He puts up big numbers. He's been hurt over the last couple of years, but he stayed in Anaheim, and they haven't won. Shohei had the opportunity to get out of there, and look at what Shohei Ohtani has become since he left. He was still going to be the best player in baseball in Anaheim. But were they going to win? Were they winning? The answer is probably no. I mean, is Shohei Ohtani, as good as he is, make them a winner? No. And so he got out of there, and look what he's become. Look what Matthew Stafford became. Look at the difference in your perception of Matthew Stafford as a Ram and a Super Bowl champion as opposed to a Lion. Now, I haven't put his numbers together, but I'm going to guess his numbers in Detroit were just as good, if not better, in Detroit as they are now, and he's the most valuable player and a Super Bowl champion. But you put him in a place where they're winning, and your perception completely changed of him. And I'm going to guess his did as well of the entire scene, right? Myles Garrett now's got an opportunity to go from Cleveland where, yeah, he was great. He's a Hall of Famer, but I mean, they never win, to a place where he's got an opportunity, yeah, to be great, a Hall of Famer, and potentially a Super Bowl. I always wonder about the player.
Well, everyone would want that.
Well, Mike Trout didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
TJ Watt's not forcing it.
Well, you're also looking, and you've been compensated very
point.
well. Yes. Been competitive, and at the same time, it's one where not every good player that's on a struggling team is going to get traded to a team with Super Bowl aspirations. Like, that's just not the reality of it. Like, there's going to be good players on some mediocre teams or good players on bad teams, and not everyone can get traded. Not every quarterback can be fixed every other year or traded every other year to find it. There's a lot of moves you can make, but I think what this opens up is seeing Myles Garrett traded is maybe other GMs more willing to make a phone call or say, you know what, never say never when it comes to a player like that.
Text line 505-246-0610, the Meineke and San Pedro text line. Lifelong Steeler fan here. TJ is next to worthless now with the big contract and the production fallout. Time to trade him was last year, but that's passed by. I'd be trading Alex Highsmith for a first-round pick to go get a quarterback. He's going to be 29 this year and needs a new deal after this season. Okay, I'm good with that too. And if you believe and you, it's fair. I mean, has TJ Watt's numbers fallen off a bit? Yeah, they have. There's been some health issues. But yeah, look, if you've got one of those dudes, and I don't know that Alex Highsmith is going to bring you what you think, certainly not what Myles Garrett. Very few are going to bring you what Myles Garrett probably. But at 28 years old, Highsmith probably going into his prime. TJ Watt is 31 years old. He's not going to bring you that same haul. But I think the model's there. I just, if I'm them, I'm looking at doing something like that. And I give the young GMs, Les Snead, Matthew Berry, I give them credit for thinking, as you said yesterday, 2-3 moves ahead. Because I firmly believe from the Browns standpoint, they're thinking 2 to 3 moves ahead, and they held out to get Jared Verse. And in some respect, they probably won, right? The Rams did not want to move Jared Verse. Well, you got a piece to build your defense around, and you got the 3 draft. And you're going to need a quarterback. As far as the Rams, they know they're going to need a quarterback in 2 years. They went out and got one because they know they're not going to have any draft. Oh, and then they have the luxury now to go get the best defensive player. I mean, it's the difference, the difference between having really, really good front office guys like Seattle. Seattle's, look how they built their really, really good. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Channel.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on, savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past.
It's for 9 years.
Now he gets rewarded. Since you haven't hit anybody else in the head and ripped off anybody else's head, you get to go to the ramp. By the way, he's still making all that money. Like that big, gigantic con. Yeah. All right, you're in on the email. You're a lot of places on the email this week.
He got suspended, by the way, for the remainder of the season.
How many games?
So was that 6-game suspension?
I don't remember him being that long. I mean, that feels right, doesn't it?
Well,
you can't
happened week 11.
Okay, but you can't do that.
No, of course.
Right, so that, 6 games feels fair. That seems a little
the second longest suspension for on-field misconduct in NFL history.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody remembers him for that. Until I just got that text. That
yeah.
Right? I mean, how deep do you have to go when you're, oh, yeah, that happened?
How many of Mason Rudolph's teammates have wanted to do that? This guy's throwing football? What?
Yeah, please stop. Can I hit him in the head so he's out? We can go to, what's my backup from Ohio State, Sam? Will
Howard.
Why can't I remember Will Howard's name ever? And Drew Aller.
Brown's general manager.
Yeah.
Andrew Berry.
Have I called him Matthew all day?
I know you're already in fantasy football mode.
Yeah,
And you're
and it's Andrew Berry. No, hit me on that. Correct me on those.
And you're like, the Rams are winning my fantasy football championship.
That's right.
For me.
That's right. With the
Their
$2 defense. Yeah, I know.
Which
Andrew
might
Berry.
actually
I've
happen.
called him Matthew Berry all day. And I knew it was right. Every time it came out of my mouth, I knew it. I thought you'd correct me.
I want to jump in when you're in the midst of a
No,
great
please
take.
do. Hit me. It's Andrew Berry, and you're right. All right, Dan's in on Isotopes last night. The theme was choke night in the PCL. Really? Jeffrey and Juan Jose, all the contenders lost, so we're exactly where we were 24 hours ago in the playoff. You lose a baseball game in the middle of summer or in early June. Do you choke? Lars is in on Lobo football. Lobo football schedule. So yesterday the CW picked up the North Dakota State game. So I think it's the 24th of October, if I'm not wrong. It's an 8 p.m. kickoff. It'll be on the CW. So it might be a little chilly, might be perfect. North Dakota State, who I think most people are excited, are in this league. The Lobos have 9 games on national TV. 3 of the program's 4 non-conference games are on national TV. Central Michigan will be on FS1. The Oklahoma game on ESPN2. And the New Mexico State game will be on CBS Sportsnet. 6 of the 8 conference games will be on national TV. The Hawaii game will be somewhere on Fox, probably most likely on FS1. North Dakota State on the CW, Nevada on CBS Sportsnet, UNLV on the CW, Wyoming on FS1, and Air Force on the CW. The other games will be probably on the MW+. Lars says, I hate this football schedule, Hefe, already. June 2nd, 3rd. What's today? 3rd? You hate it already. Everyone's trying to hype up North Dakota State. It's one thing to play an FBS once a year when you can make that your Cherry Blazer game. It's going to be a rude awakening in Fargo this year when the Bison get their butts kicked regularly. I don't know. I will point to James Madison, App State, some of the FCSs with resources who moved up to FBS and have been pretty damn good. Didn't James Madison make the playoff last year? They were very recently at FCS, right?
Yes, they were.
Do I think they win the league this year? I don't, but I think they are pretty good, and I just don't think they go away. And now that they've got the resources and they're playing within those rules, first of all, I think within 2 to 3 years, they're going to be incredibly competitive, and I believe they'll be competitive in year 1. Now, what does competitive mean?
James Madison was 8-3.
Their first year up, right? What did Coastal do their first year? Coastal Carolina made the move. Appalachian State made the move. Hell, at one point, Boise State made that, right? I just think
Coastal was 3-9.
Coastal was 3-9 the first year,
but I don't think they were in the same league as North Dakota.
No, they weren't.
Success.
Yeah. Yeah.
At the FCS.
James Madison and North Dakota State have a pretty good rivalry. App State made it pretty quickly being good. Like I think the North Dakota State move was a great move by the league, and for North Dakota State to make that move and go up, I think maybe even the Pac-12 people were going, man, we should. I mean, they didn't want to go FCS because they think they're better than that. But let's watch and see, Lars, because I do believe that North Dakota State's going to be. Jeremy's in. Time for another all-new edition of JJ Buck. Get off my bleeping rocks. Jeff, drivers need to move their bleeping bleeps. Wow, he's pissed. When there's a wreck or construction, that's not the time to slow down even more, making the congestion back up worse. Thank you. We're just here for Jeremy to vent. You know that.
Who slows down in the construction?
Well,
everyone's going 75 on the interstate. Like, that's the time you actually need.
I just watch people slow down all the time. Just watch. All right. That's there. 505-246-0610 if you want to get in. All right, I want to hit on the A.J. Brown trade, because when you listen to what's going on in Philadelphia, A.J. Brown had been noisy for a long time. A.J. Brown got traded to the New England Patriots the same day Myles Garrett got traded to the Rams. A.J. Brown was the guy who was not happy when they won the Super Bowl because he didn't get it done. There's a sense of relief in Philadelphia. Jordan Mailata is a left tackle for the Eagles, and he said, quote, I think this is more, it sounds terrible, but like, thank God it's over. It was a slow pain of just, is he in, is he out? We didn't really know, and that really wasn't our focus as a team, our team especially on offense. That was his quote. Traded to the Patriots, exchanged for a first-round pick in 2028, a fifth-round pick next year. This has been going on for a while, and I think everybody knew this was coming. He made the request, and he's gone. Quinyon Mitchell said, that's my big brother. I wish him nothing but the best. He helped me grow in my game and gain more confidence, so I'm thankful for him, and I love him as a big brother. Cool. Cooper DeJean, anytime you lose a great player like him, it hurts, and he's a great friend of mine. He's a great teammate in our locker room, but there's business side to this, so everybody did what's best for him. Mailata said, now we can move on. Most of us have been here the last 6 weeks. We've moved on. We have enough to worry about. Sounds like just noise, doesn't it? Just sounds like, it's just noise. Josh McDaniels seems to love him. He's the offensive coordinator for the New England Patriots. Says he was great in his first practice. Just seems to love what's going on there. A.J. Brown's impact with New England will be what?
Well, speaking of that offensive coordinator, he thinks that it'll be a Gronk-like.
Okay. That's tremendous. And that's the guy who orchestrated the Gronk offense.
He said, quote, there's a force the way he plays the game. Maybe the closest thing I've seen is Gronk. This is a big guy.
You put him in that Gronk mode?
And looking back at what Josh McDaniels has done in his time as an OC or head coach, you go back to 2007. Now, this one's kind of not fair. And they talk about his first year with wide receivers. Well, Randy Moss, dude's going to be good. But Wes Welker popped off. Brandon Marshall in 2009 had a big year. Devontae Adams, even in Vegas in 2022, went off. And Stephon Diggs last year, he racked up 85 catches, went over 1,000 yards. So when he gets a good receiver, he knows how to use it.
Josh McDaniels.
Yeah. And I think that's what A.J. Brown is excited about, is he was a piece to the puzzle in Philadelphia, a winning offense. He wasn't necessarily a dude that was going to get 100 catches because that wasn't the way that Philadelphia was designed.
But when you utilize him, and this is, I think, part of the Mike Vrabel. Vrabel had him in Tennessee. Vrabel's now the head coach in New England. I think you utilize a big guy like that, a big receiver like that. I think that I think he makes a difference. I think that's a great comparison to Gronk. While he's not a tight end, he's a big, athletic receiver who can go out and look at the body on him. Look at him go up and get the contested catch. Yeah, I think it's a great comparison. All right. 505-246-0610. Emails, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. How hard is it to win in the NBA? Who's going to win in the NBA? The latest on the NBA Finals tonight. That's when it starts. Injuries, odds, your thoughts. Go ahead and make your call now. One guy's questionable. Who's that? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports.
This report is brought to you by the United Way of North Central New Mexico. United, we thrive.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on, savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on, savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services.
Josh Hart or Shamit or whomever it is beat me and then make me adjust. That doesn't mean leave those guys alone. But Brunson's got to be the focus. Here's where I think the Knicks have a real nice advantage is I think they do have enough other pieces. Cat can take Wemby away from the basket. Shamit comes off the bench, and if he continues, I mean, what was he, 11 out of 12 at one point on three-pointers? He's been incredible. Hart scores, Bridges scores. I think there's enough other stuff, but the focus is going to be that matchup, is it not?
Yeah, look at what happened with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. It's the exact same. They're so similar in terms of the way they play. With the mid-range game getting inside, that's where the length is really going to affect them. And Brunson wasn't good from three against the Cavs. He has to be better from three in this series because there's going to be less opportunities in the mid-range, so he has to be successful from the outside.
I think that's right. There will be someone like Caruso for Oklahoma City in the first couple of games that is going to be a factor scoring-wise. My candidates for you are Champagnie and Hart. You like those two?
Yeah, because they're in the starting lineup and going to have plenty of opportunities.
And so we'll watch this. I think this is going to be really fun. All right. Remember yesterday we were talking about the Li Ning deal, Steph Curry's new shoe deal, and there wasn't a number attached to it. Did you see the number that's now been attached to it?
Goodness.
Does it make sense now why he didn't go to Adidas or Nike?
Yes.
Does it make sense why those shoes didn't really fit him as well as Li Ning fit him?
These are a little tight.
Yeah.
I don't know if they feel good on the arch.
They kind of cutting into near my Achilles. I don't really like it. Even me, they're not good on my left toe. 10 years, $400 million endorsement with Li Ning. Damn right. My shoes feel better. Oh, and they look good, don't they? I mean to tell you, my Li-Nings are dope. You know why? Because they come with $400 million.
And a golf line. I'm sure what's that could be in the company.
Have you looked at the shoes? Do you like the shoes? I don't really get it, but okay, cool. I mean, I get it because I get $400 million. Are the kids going to be running out in America and buying Currys because they're $400 million? I mean, they're all made in overseas.
Sneaker folk,
yeah,
will cop these shoes for sure.
They will.
Yeah, it's what they do. Part of the game. Now, what are they going to be priced?
Oh, I mean, I'll tell you. So you want a pair of Dwayne Wade's right now? You got ping pong shoes. Did you know that? You can get ping pong. Fashion aesthetics. Where can I just find some shoes? Here, give me these shoes. I want these. I don't like their website because it's not very friendly. I can't buy some shoes. Dwayne Wade shoes. Man, I got all the Dwayne Wade stuff. Can I just buy some damn shoes? I guess not. I mean, you see where you can buy some shoes on their website?
Dwayne Wade's still in the shoe game.
Yeah. Well, Steph's going to be in the shoe game way past his retirement. He just signed a 10-year deal.
I need almost like when they're done planning, you transition to like business cash, some sneak, nice low cut ones I could rock with a lot of different looks.
I mean, there's the Jimmy Butler shoes, right? There's, okay, so do you like their logo? Have you ever? I don't know that I've ever seen the logo before. Have you?
I did not know of this brand until Steph Curry story.
Seriously, and now there's obviously international endorsers. Did you know that Dwayne Wade was there? I did not know Dwayne Wade was there.
No, but I also, can you get this in the United States?
I'm trying to find a pair of shoes on their website, and I literally can't find.
It says that merchandise was banned in the U.S. in 2022.
I can't get it here.
Probably why.
So this is just a global play for him, and only he can have them. And so the black market's going to hit, and the shoes are going to go for $1,500 for a pair, right? And whether you think they look good or not, they're going to be the coolest thing because you can't get them. See what I got? And everybody loves access, by the way. Everybody loves having something you can't have. All right. Look, man, I don't care. He just made $400 million. You know what that feels like? No, I don't either. No. Thanks, Nike. And their logo's fine. Li-Ning. $400 million. God bless you. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Progressive.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Industries is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans.
Pedro, doing car care right.
There's a pair out here I don't hate. These D'Angelo Russells of the Li Ning Wade All-City 13 Interstellar Professional Basketball. You seen those? They come in Lizard. They come in All Range. They come in Ice Chips. That's like a color do you think Lizards is? It's like a blue
Chameleon?
with a pattern, and yeah, there's a lot of color in it. No, they're I mean, I don't they're kind of interesting actually when you kind of start looking at them. I mean, the Li Nings, I've been just bouncing around. They're only 107. They're down from 176 to 107. The D'Angelo Russell pick, the Wade All City Interstellar. You want some? You got a birthday coming up? You do, don't you? What color you want the Lizards? You want the All Range? I mean, bounce around. I don't like the Ice Chip. Like, not big. That's what's there for you. All right, 505-246-0610. A couple other NFL notes that I want you to know about. Former Lobo kicker Jason Sanders was released yesterday. I don't know if you knew he was with the Giants. Most recently, remember, he was with the Dolphins. He missed last season. He had the hip injury. He signed with the Giants on March 10th. And then the Dolphins, as you recall, remember, he was the 7th round pick of the Dolphins back in 2018. 7 seasons in Miami. He was good, man. I mean, he was first team All-Pro in 2020. This is, I think there's room in the league for him somewhere. They needed the roster spot to get Juju Smith-Schuster on the roster, the Giants. So they've got 2 kickers there, Ben Sauls and the rookie out of Michigan, Dominic Zavada. And Sauls was 8 for 8 on field goals for the Giants last year. Zavada was really clutch for Michigan, dude. I'm a big Zavada guy. I watched him a lot over the last couple of years. And he can kick and cold. Sanders find a spot, or is he done?
He'll find a spot. He'll be one of those guys that bounces around a little bit. Probably will jump in after an injury. Because there's kind of 2 levels of kick. There's the ones that get paid a whole lot of money. And then there's the guys that come in, bounce around. You miss 3 kicks, you get cut. You bring in a Jason Sanders to take over.
Until he misses 3 kicks. Yeah, he I think he finds a spot. All right, a little more on the Myles Garrett, and I know we've talked about this a lot, but I thought the Andrew Berry is his name.
Andrew.
Why did the Browns do it? How did they do it? And I've listened to people tell me, I don't believe him when he said they weren't shopping Myles Garrett. Why did they restructure the contract? First of all, why do you give a damn? Secondly, you cannot want to trade a guy. Well, then why would you restructure his contract? Well, because it makes it easier to do if a deal like this comes along, right? You can sit there and tell me flat out, we weren't going to move him. But this came up. And now I'm glad we restructured because it makes it easier to go. He said he was adamant that he did not seriously consider a Myles Garrett trade until. And the Rams have been knocking on his door and calling him for weeks, if not months. Until the Rams included Jared Verse. Quote, Andrew Berry. The trade wasn't something we anticipated, certainly coming into this year or coming into the spring or, quite honestly, coming out of the draft. I didn't have it on the bingo card, and I realize how strong I've been with Myles. But the reality is, when you have an opportunity to do something that has strong both short and long-term benefits, we have to be flexible. He said he never entertained an offer for Garrett. The trade would have had to include premium draft capital and what he calls a young, cost-controlled star at a premium position. Definition in the dictionary, Jared Verse. He called Verse, who, by the way, is 25 years old and was the Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2024, and is already a 2-time Pro Bowler, quote, a huge part of this return. Absolutely he is. I wonder how Verse is going to be received by Cleveland fans. Because he's always going to be compared, and it's unfair, to Myles Garrett. Because he's the guy that theoretically was traded for Myles Garrett. Never mind the first, second, and third round pick. He's the immediate return that you're going to be able to see this year. Now, I think Jared Verse is going to have a hell of a year. There's no reason for me to believe that Jared Verse isn't going to continue to get better. Do you agree with that?
I do agree with that. I think his numbers might dip a little bit.
You do?
Yeah, I think Jared Verse is good, but he's not Myles Garrett.
Oh, nobody.
And so when you come from a very established defense in the Ram, and you go to a solid unit, but Garrett was crazy. But you're right. I think he could have a good season, and some might still be like, oh, just because it might not be Myles Garrett numbers. But I think even the fans in Cleveland, if you're bummed you lost Myles Garrett, you understand what this move is about.
Well, yeah, I'm bummed I lost. I mean, absolutely, I'm bummed I lost. But you know, I think most Cleveland fans got to come to reality. Give me a. Is this Luka comparable? Is it? I mean, what he meant to that city. Because I will argue with you, what the Browns got back for Myles Garrett is better than what the Mavs got back for Luka. I would just argue that the shock value on the Luka thing is what kind of puts that over the top. That just came out of nowhere, a guy in his prime, and you got Anthony Davis and what else? Like.
Well, and it's the guy that took you to the NBA Finals.
Luka, yeah. So I would argue the Luka thing is bigger, but as much. Like, who's the biggest sports star in Cleveland 3 days ago? In Cleveland sports, who's the biggest name? It's not Donovan Mitchell. I don't think it's James Harden. I don't think it's anybody on the.
Garrett is in the conversation,
right? You trade the biggest superstar, and you're a 3 big league sport town. The best, potentially the best player in his sport. Yeah, there's a shock to that, but I don't think that equals the seismic Richter scale number that when Dallas Mavericks traded Luka. Although I find it to be a little comparable, don't you? You know what he meant to the city, what he meant, right?
How's that feel?
Yeah, and that's where Anthony Davis was never going to be received there. That's why I hope Jared Verse gets a shot. I hope that fan base embraces him. And I don't know Jared Verse. I'm not really, I don't know him at all. But I would like to believe that Jared Verse is going to go in and embrace it, and he's going to have to. I guess, and JJ, I mean, you're Jared Verse. 2 days ago, you woke up and you were going to camp. You were at OTAs. You're going to camp with the Rams, and you're in a great spot. And now you got to face the media today at OTAs in Cleveland and put on a happy face and tell everybody how glad you are to be here.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Oh man, you're here and looking forward to the future and understand what Myles meant to this city, and I respect that. I'm just here to do everything I can to help this franchise, and I love the vision, and I love how they're looking to the future, and I'm excited to be a part of that, and hope that I can bring some wins here and just be a big part of turning this whole thing around. Fair? Close?
I hope he can fit those words out.
Yeah. All right, another hour to go. 505-246-0610. Hey, what about Brandon Sorsby, the Texas Tech quarterback? If he goes in the supplemental draft, how do NFL coaches feel about him? Is he worth the risk? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride barbecue chicken and ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
ProView Networks.
The Sports Animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
All right, so the day after the elections, maybe for, I don't know, a month or two, your texts will slow down. You're going to get a car commercial or two, and maybe a furniture store commercial on your during your game, and it won't be all ads for about a month and a half. So, and then it'll also general election. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. 505-246-0610. That's the Sports Animals phone line. It is also the Sports Animal Meineke on San Pedro text line. Emails Jeff or JJ at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. We talked a lot of NFL today. A lot of stuff about the Browns-Rams trade, about the A.J. Brown move. You're welcome to get in on all of that. 505-246-0610. It's one of those trades that JJ, so you know when you're in your fantasy football draft and you make a move and someone goes, damn, right? Or, right? You're like, yeah, it makes you feel good, right? You're like, I just made that was a good pick, right? When you make a trade in the NFL and you see the fans of almost every other team going, what the hell, right? You know it was impactful. You know it mattered. When it's your team and all your buddies are calling you and telling you to bleep off, you know it was impactful. That's what this was.
He's a special player. And it's the fact that the Rams are that good. That a player like Myles Garrett going there gives you that. Trading Myles Garrett's a wow moment. But trading Myles Garrett to someone that was already a favorite in the NFL.
If Myles Garrett would have gone to Green Bay, would it have been like this, or Chicago? It would have been big.
We just saw it. Michael Parsons going to Green Bay was not everyone was like,
yeah,
oh no, watch out.
Michael Parsons ate this guy. And I said it at the time, and he ate this guy. No, I thought,
Myles
look,
Garrett is different.
I'm going to tell you, and I told you then, I thought Dallas won that trade. The Dallas Green Bay. You disagree with me? The Dallas needed more than Micah Parsons.
Well,
Dallas utilized the asset to go get better.
Yeah, I think it worked out. Now, unfortunately, he got hurt. But Green Bay wanted a difference maker now, and Dallas needed more.
Yeah. Look, I think there's a model for this. And it's okay when a trade happens and both teams benefit. In fact, kind of the way it's supposed to be. I'm getting what I need, and you're getting what you need, and we walk away, and yeah, it hurts to lose this piece or that piece, but overall I'm better. I fixed some of my problem. The Rams, I'm not sure, had a problem, but they got better on defense, and the Browns, if they utilize the assets correctly, will be able to fix some problems. The Cowboys, if they utilize the assets from the Michael Parsons, will get better. They weren't winning with that player. And to me, that's the easiest way to evaluate this thing. If you're Cleveland, if you loved Michael Parsons and cool, you had a wonderful player, and I think Myles Garrett is better than Micah Parsons, but you were not winning, and it wasn't that player's fault you weren't winning. You just didn't have enough around him. So can you utilize that asset and best go build your team and begin to win? And I think where Dallas is sitting now, I think they are in such a better place as a football team. I think Dallas had one of the best offseasons. It's hard for me to sit here and eat that, but I do. I think Dallas is going to be one of the most improved teams in the NFL this year. And one of the biggest reasons they were able to do that, they made some good moves. I'll give Jerry made some good moves, but the Micah Parsons trade helped them.
It absolutely did. As trading a good player should help.
Absolutely. All right. This Brendan Sorsby thing is really interesting. And interesting in a way that is uncomfortable. And there's two sides to it, but really there's one side to it, if that makes sense. Brendan Sorsby is the young man who transferred to Texas Tech and was going to be the quarterback, reported $5 million in rev share and NIL this year. He checked himself into a rehab for gambling addiction. It came out that he bet on his own team when he was at Indiana, although not playing in the game, bet on his team not once, but it came out the other day up to 40 times. The NCAA has said you are no longer eligible to play. You gambled on your own team. You can't have that. They have taken it to court. They being the Sorsby team, they have lost. They're going to appeal. There is a road to the NFL. There's a supplemental draft where Brendan Sorsby can enter the supplemental draft. So, and we've had this conversation. I don't know what the NFL would do, should do, or could do in regards to Brendan Sorsby's eligibility immediately. Now, you can say that's cool. What if he's suspended for half a season? I'm a team like the Baltimore Ravens. If I draft Brendan Sorsby, I don't need him for half a season, so cool, I'm drafting him for the future. Maybe Baltimore's not the right example, but I'm okay with that if I think he's that good. What about the Browns? Todd Monken is the Browns coach. right? And they're in this. I mean, you want to throw another question mark into your quarterback room, then go make this move. He was asked if Brendan Sorsby is eligible or is in the supplemental draft, would you take him? And Monken said it would be a slippery slope. Quote, I don't think we're in a position to want to go down that road. That's my opinion. That's not Andrew Berry, the general manager. I like the quarterbacks that we have. I think that's a slippery slope when you go down that, irrespective of talent, right? But from my end of it, kind of a tough angle to go down that road and think that's going to be your franchise quarterback if he's ever eligible to even play in the NFL. End quote. So much in that. Okay, so often we get word salad sound bites that say absolutely freaking nothing. I listened to this. First of all, he's questioning ever eligible to play in the NFL. If he's ever eligible to play in the NFL. Can, should, would the NFL just say, dude, you bet on your sport, you're not welcome? Is that something they could or should do?
I think you can't do anything without having somewhat of an idea of what could happen if the NFL would do anything. Or would the NFL look at it and say, you bet on college football, you were suspended an entire season, now you're going to pro football, and was that your punishment, was losing that last year of eligibility?
All right. So that's a question. I don't know what they will. I don't even know what I think they should do. I got a head coach in the NFL saying, I don't want to go down that road. I don't want to go down that road, irrespective of talent. That means no matter how damn good he is, I don't know that I want to go down that road. Granted, one coach. Okay, and it only takes one guy to say, wow, he's really damn good. Let's take our shot. He's our franchise quarterback and we need one. It only takes one. But here's one who has a murky at best quarterback situation. And what I hear is I don't need that, man. That's a character flaw. Now, the other side of this argument is it's an illness. He's got an addiction. He's been treated for it. You wouldn't hold it against him if he had a medical condition. Well, this is the same thing. It's a medical condition. Is it? Is it a mental health issue? You treat it as you want. But I got a head coach basically saying, look, man, no matter how good that quarterback is, I can't go there because, while he's not saying it, he's saying it because of the decisions he's made.
I think that's a fair comment from a head coach. And Sorsby, if we're talking about the supplemental draft, what that means,
what do you give up?
Is if you take someone in the supplemental draft, you lose that pick in the next year, whatever it is. So if you take him in the first round, you lose your first round pick.
So you can pass into the fifth round. He's still there, and you go, I got him.
6th or 7th round of a supplemental draft.
And people pass all the time, right?
Yeah, I don't think anyone's been taking a supplemental draft in a year. I don't really think people realize the thing.
Well,
if you had your quarterback kids in these franchises, always looking 2-3 years out on these boards, and if he was potentially going to be in that mix to be a top 5 guy, I think you're having that discussion of its 6th or 7th round pick for Sorsby. You want to bring him in and potentially let him sit for a while. I think it could bring teams that don't necessarily need a quarterback into the equation if he is someone that's viewed as that level of talent where, we don't need this dude for a few years. We'll spend our 7th round pick in the supplemental draft, lose it next year.
So to your point, you're the Lions, and I'm just throwing a team out. But I'm the Lions. I got Jared Goff for a couple of years, but here we are in the 6th round. The kid's sitting there. What do you say? The 6th round pick. You want to take him, bring him in? He's not going to be eligible for a year. Cool, man. I don't need him this year. Let him sit out the year. We burn a 6th round pick on him, right? If he's suspended, that means we don't have to pay him, right? And you convince yourself that that's what you're saying.
Now, I would like to hear another coach talk about this, not necessarily Todd Monken, who's looking at it like we got a quarterback from Deshaun Watson in there, dealt with all that mess.
Yeah.
Now, when you look at Shedeur Sanders, it's not anything bad other than people didn't like his attitude. But I think
I think that's cooled.
Yeah, I think with it, you name it, a solid football team that wouldn't need to rely on this guy. Best case scenario for a little while. I think you're having legit conversations if he is close to being the guy that would actually be in the mix atop the quarterback class.
So it's got to be a solid head coach, like Kansas City could do, right? The Cowboys could. The Lions. I look at the Lions as being perfect. How long does Jared Goff have? I don't need him now. But Tampa Bay. I got Baker, but how long is that going to play out? I don't need him now, but let's see. Okay, I'm listening to that. So on the supplemental draft, it started in 1977. It was enacted for players who had like different circumstances that affected their eligibility and didn't get into the main NFL. In the years since 1977, what is that? 23 and 26 is 49 years. 46 players in the history of the supplemental draft have been taken in this draft. The most recent player in the supplemental draft was 2019. Jalen Thompson was taken in the 5th round by Arizona. He was a safety out of Washington State who was declared ineligible for his senior season after a rules violation. He was the last player to be picked in the supplemental draft as of now. Guys like Josh Gordon, remember Josh Gordon, the wide receiver? He was dismissed in college for a failed marijuana test at Baylor. So he went in the 2nd round to Cleveland. Terrell Pryor, the quarterback at Ohio State, had that suspension. The Raiders took him. Ahmad Brooks back in 2006. I'm looking for guys that maybe stand out a little bit to you. There's not a ton, man. There's not a ton. No way. Did you know Chris Carter was drafted and Brian Bosworth were both in 1987? Brian Bosworth, a guy named Dan Sileo, and Chris Carter were supplemental draft picks. Did you know that?
Nope.
I did not know that either. Chris Carter, 4th round by the Eagles. He was suspended before his senior season at Ohio State for signing with an agent. And the Eagles took him in the 4th round. Bosworth, who was dismissed at Oklahoma following the 86 season, he was the 1st round pick by the Seahawks. Broncos took Bobby Humphrey out of Alabama in 89. Steve Walsh, the quarterback, Cowboys took him out of Miami. Bernie Kosar was in the supplemental draft. 1985, he graduated after his junior year. That was before you could just go in. And so Cleveland took him, and that was their best quarterback. I mean, since then, 100% was their best quarterback. Rod Stewart, different guy. Matthew Teague. Yeah, I mean, 46 dudes have been in there. But I think the interesting part to your where you're going is listen to Todd Monken. Granted, it's one coach, but is that one man's opinion, or is that going to be the overriding sentiment? And even if I burn a 6th round pick, dude, I need to know where the NFL is. I mean, is this guy never going to be eligible? Is he going to be eligible after 6 games? Is he going to be eligible after a year? Like, there's going to be, I can't see the NFL welcoming this young man directly into their league, saying, you know what, your penalty was, you had to sit out last year, 1 year of college. Well, he didn't really if he comes into the NFL this year. And you bet 40 times on your own team. Yeah, cool. Welcome. Here's a big fat check. I can't see the NFL doing that. But I'm not even sure I sit here and A, I don't think there's a precedent. And B, I'm not even sure where I think this should go. Like, what should be the penalty? Should he never be allowed to play in the NFL because he bet on his team 40 times in college? I mean, I'm a little leery of that, aren't you?
Yes.
Addictions are addictions, man.
And that's why I don't even think he would be picked in the supplemental draft. It would be,
therein lies the point.
Hey, we'll sign you. And will the NFL announce something after the fact? Will they say beforehand? Because if he's not in the NFL, Are they going to take the time to create a punishment? I think
Not until they need
I
to.
think the reality is they should.
Okay.
As much as it's going on. And athletes we've seen across the board in sports have gotten caught up in this.
Yeah.
Probably should have a policy.
But they don't yet. And that's
what
fair.
happened.
Yeah, no, that's fair. They should have a policy. All right, when we get back, there's another player, a big name, might even be your number one fantasy running back. He's got some legal troubles. How are they dealing with that at OTAs? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports.
This is
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on, savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks. Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505.
Are those the guys that we're talking about in that ilk? When they were coming out of college, not what they've done in the NFL, but out of college guys, the can't miss guys. Was Trevor Lawrence, Caleb Williams, Andrew Luck? Am I missing someone? Maybe. But if he was one of those guys, do you look at it differently than, well, he's a group of guys, man. Dante Moore and Arch Manning. And yeah, I mean, he's not as good as those guys. He's a good quarterback, but
Of course, talent dictates everything.
Okay. So he's a good quarterback with a ton of baggage.
If this was a projected number 1 overall pick,
where was he projected before?
Maybe first round.
Okay. So his opportunity was to go to Texas Tech, put up ridiculous numbers, and climb up the board, maybe be a top 10 pick. Right? $5 million guy. And we've watched it. I mean, who was Joe Burrow before Joe Burrow had a senior season at LSU? We've watched it happen, right? Other issue. Josh Jacobs, the running back for the Packers. So prosecutors are still considering whether or not they want to file charges against him. He's a 3-time Pro Bowl running back. He was arrested last month on domestic abuse allegations. Arrested, released, not yet charged. So yesterday, he was on the field for the Packers' second week of OTAs. Matt LaFleur is his head coach. He said before Tuesday's practice that the situation has not caused distraction. Quote, head coach. I would say business as usual. He was arrested about a week and a half ago in Wisconsin. The allegations are strangulation and suffocation and other offenses. The police chief there in Wisconsin said police had been dispatched to a complaint involving him the morning of May 23rd. It is now June. Allegations, and look, if serious, if proven, there must be consequences. There will be suspensions. To your point on precedent, the league does have a model for that. Okay. I am okay as of now, where I sit, and it doesn't matter what the hell I am, but with the Packers letting him go through, because A, there's been no charging. There's allegations, and there sure as hell has not been anything that has been played out in the court. And I've watched, and you've watched plenty of times. We just went through it with the receiver from the Patriots that was just released.
Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs. We just went through it with Stephon Diggs. He was accused of something, went to court, and was found who had not done it. It was like 2 hours the jury deliberated, and his name was legally cleared. we've watched plenty of times allegations have been proven to be false. And whilst you take every allegation seriously, I don't believe that you can automatically suspend or not have a player be part of your team simply because there are allegations. If he says, man, I didn't do it, this is not right. And as of now, there are no charges. I'm okay with the way the Packers are handling
the way the NFL has started to handle it. This isn't new, not surprising. They'll come down if something comes down. I think they took a lot of heat for being too proactive in these situations. Like I think it's a little bit more than just business as usual, as
kind of
Matt LaFleur said, because it is a situation that's on your mind, and you have to be monitoring it and be respectful of it. But allowing him to practice and be out there, I'm with you, is okay in this moment, because you need to let the process play out, and that's what the NFL has done in these situations recently.
So to your point, then you're good. Yeah, I agree with you. This is the way they have handled it. But you're like me. You're good with it.
Well, Diggs was playing and no one said a thing.
Right. Well, people did say things, but to your point, right.
And I think the NFL has started to take that stance with what we've seen with these situations. Is they're not ignoring it, but you can't then suspend someone, and then if it goes to trial or charges are dropped, they're like, oh, sorry, they let it play out.
I think it's the right way to do it, simply because, and it wasn't this way 10 years ago, 12 years ago, 15 years ago. You had an allegation against you. You had a charge against you. You had an accusation against you. They immediately, you're out. And I get how slippery this is. All these allegations need to be taken very, very seriously. However, how many times have we seen these allegations be proved?
Just let it play out, because I don't want to start saying that, because then there's Greg Hardy's.
No, look, and there's also,
just let
you're
it
right.
play out, and if he is guilty, he will be suspended enough. Like, I don't think it needs to be one that, and it's, I know where you're going with it, but if you're the Packers, you absolutely are taking this situation. You're monitoring, but you understand until there is something done, whether he is in jail and or actually going to jail because he's guilty of these charges. Like, keeping him away from stuff doesn't do any good because of factors that you're saying, of the cases that don't go.
505-246-0610. Love your thoughts on any of this. When we get back, let's reset what happened yesterday in the Stanley Cup playoff. Let's look ahead to what's going on tonight. You can make your call as we get started for Knicks and Spurs as well. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
Albuquerque. Man, we've gone from hockey to supplemental draft picks to Luka to Myles Garrett and AJ Brown all over the place today. It's good stuff on 505-246-0610. The way to get in. It's the Sports Animal phone line and the text line. I want to hit this one as well. The Jim Schwartz's exit. So there were a lot of players in Cleveland when the head coaching job came open. When they moved on from Kevin Stefanski and the job was open, and Jim Schwartz was the defensive coordinator in Cleveland. He wanted the job. A lot of the players wanted him to get the job. And I thought there was a really good chance he was going to get the job, didn't you?
Yes. I thought it was a very strong consideration with what he'd done defensively there.
Yeah. He didn't get it. And so they tried to keep him there to be the defensive coordinator under Todd Monk. He resigned from his position. Quote, they passed over me with all the success that we had and the ability to develop players. Our best players had their best years, all of those different things. And that was the decision they made. They wanted to go with an offensive guy. They chose Todd. I'm fine with that. They can make decisions that they want to make, but they can't expect me to stay on board for that. Anybody that's in any business, you get passed over for a promotion. And when you've done a really, really good job in your job, and you think you're in line for that promotion, time to go. Todd deserved his own guy. A forced marriage isn't going to work in the NFL. And there's a lot in there. I got a lot of thoughts. What do you hear there?
I hear that's a coach, too, that has a strong enough resume that was confident saying, all right, I'm probably going to get a job, maybe if it's not this cycle or another cycle, whether it's being a defensive coordinator, maybe even getting back into the head coaching mix. And I'm not going to stick around and watch someone take a position that he wanted.
He's been a head coach. I hear a guy telling me the truth, and there's a bit of refreshing in it. Is there a little bitter? I'm okay that there's a little bit. If you've ever been passed over for promotion at your job, you probably get it. And then you got to stay around and you got to work underneath the person who they brought in, especially if they brought in someone from the outside. You feel you earned it. You feel you felt it should be yours. And then they say, but yeah, we want you to stick around and support the guy or the lady who got the job that you want. Right. We've seen it relatively recently. although not voluntarily, at New Mexico State when you had 2 internal candidates who wanted the athletic director job. Joe Fields got the job, and Joe Field cleaned house of the people who wanted that job. He didn't want them around you. I hear a guy who's confident in what he does and is telling you the truth. And at some point, I don't need the canned, I wish them well and all that crap. I appreciate the candor. I was surprised that, maybe I was, that they went hard and tried to keep him there. He was their 3 seed. He was one of the finalists to replace Kevin Stefanski when that job went. Jimmy Haslam, who's the co-owner there, said that he wanted to keep Schwartz in the organization, but Schwartz decided to resign with a year left. More Jim Schwartz now. Having command of the players and having command of the locker room, all those things are extremely important. And I didn't feel like I could do my job after getting passed over for the head coaching job. It's just sort of put me in a tough position. Hey, we want you to listen to this guy, but we didn't want to make him the head coach. So to expect me to stay on board for that, just a tough situation. It wouldn't have been good for me, and it wouldn't have been good for Todd. End quote. I agree with everything you said. I think there's candor in there, and it is a tough situation. I really want that job. They didn't give it to me. They gave it to that dude. He came in from nowhere, and I shouldn't say nowhere, from outside. And these guys, and there was a lot of support for Schwartz to get the job, and he didn't. I think he probably made the right decision for the organization.
Yeah, I have no problem with what he is saying. I appreciate it. It's been fun. Enjoy your future.
Did he get another job? He is. No. Mike Ruttenberg's the defense coordinator. I don't know that he's got a job right now, which I'm sure he's fine, and he will get a job. But I don't know. There's part of me that flat out appreciates the candor on it. All right, 505-246-0610. The new Madden's coming out. Caleb Williams will be on the cover of Madden. Did you see the photo shoot? They tried to replicate the pass he threw in the playoff game against the Rams. Pretty cool. They put it against a green screen, put the city of Chicago
and
skyline
it has
behind.
The Jumpman feel to it as well.
Oh, there's a lot of that. Is he a Jumpman guy?
Jordan. Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it looks cool. So Caleb Williams will be on Madden 27. How much do those games change every year? Is it just the players and the lineups change, or does the game itself evolve?
There's gameplay tweaks.
Yeah.
So you're playing a football game.
It's still pretty popular, huh? Yeah, it always. Is it their number one still? EA Sports.
Yeah, college football exploded back on when they reintroduced that a couple years ago. I play college football over Madden. I like the gameplay better and just the way it feels. I have more fun playing that.
Yeah, I remember when that came back. Billy was sitting on some of those meetings as far as what the bowls are going to get and everybody and all the schools are going to get in regards to letting them use all your marks. Yeah, that's all there. All right. Big stories today is the Canes losing the 2-0 lead last night. The Carolina Hurricanes at home, they were up 2-0 in games 1 of Stanley Cup playoff and in the final when a road team got down by 2 or more goals. The history of the Stanley Cup playoff. The Stanley Cup final. The road team was 0-55 until last night in Vegas Golden Knights. They came back. They get a late goal. They win that game by a score of 5-4. It was Thomas Hertl with the win. That was everything you want, right? Give me that. Give me 7 of those.
Yes, there's no doubt that the Stanley Cup playoffs have lived up to the hype, the expectations, getting multiple games, getting fantastic series that are going 7, that are back and forth. And game 1 last night was unbelievable. In Vegas, to me, they just have a feel of a team of destiny.
Right.
You know that they've been so good, so fast, and they put it up, the graphic up. They're like, it's the 3rd Cup Finals appearance for Vegas and Carolina. Carolina's been there for a while, and this is already the 3rd for Vegas.
Who was Carolina? Carolina moved from where? Were they the Whalers? They were. They were the Hartford Whalers. Yeah, I know
yes,
they were.
They were the Whalers.
Right. Quebec moved to Denver.
Yep.
And who moved to Arizona that's now Salt Lake City? It was the old Winnipeg Jets.
No. I think the Jets were Atlanta, and then
because
they came back.
I thought they were expansion. So who were the Coyotes? They weren't the Jets? I think they were the Jets.
The Atlanta Thrashers.
And one other piece of news for you this morning for you tennis fans. French Open is going on. The top seed on the ladies' side is out. Aryna Sabalenka was up. She had won the first set and 2 breaks in the second, and then lost 3-6, 7-5, and then 6-love to Diana Schneider, French Open quarterfinals. This is a big deal. She's a 4-time major winner. She was up 4-1 in the second set, and she was 2 points from victory when serving for the match at 5-4 to go up 5-1 in the second set and completely collapse against somebody who's in her first Grand Slam quarterfinal as Schneider. Schneider's like, well, honestly, I'm speechless. I'm super happy. I feel like I was trying to focus point by point. Yeah, dude, she just beat the world number 1. Sabalenka just fell apart. Just like one of the best players in the world, maybe the best player in the world right now, and just fell apart in the back end of this match, and the number 1 seed is out at the French Open. All right, we'll wrap it when we get back. Everything you got to know as you go through your Wednesday. We're still available for you at 505-246-0610. Still time to get in. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Channel.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
Thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. find it on ProView Networks.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games.
ABQ.com.
All right, what do you got to know as you get through your Wednesday? What are people going to be talking about besides the election? We're talking about the Vegas Golden Knights coming back and beating Carolina. 5-4 Game 1 Stanley Cup Final in Raleigh last night. Tomas Hertl with the game winner late in the third. 1-0 Vegas has the lead in that series. Game 1 of the NBA Finals is tonight in Texas. San Antonio and the Knicks. Spurs are 4.5-point favorites. Bees beat the Isotopes last night 7-4. Topes were up 2-0 and then lost that lead. People are going to be talking about the French Open, I believe, a little bit, especially your tennis fans, as your number one seed in the French Open. Sabalenka was bounced today and after being up big early. So that's a big news. And big news, certainly, in that sport. Hey, have you gotten into this Caitlin Clark issue with her coach and what's going on there? And it's the honeymoon's over there. But you look at Caitlin Clark's numbers, and I was listening to Colin Cowherd a little bit yesterday, and what's the dude that's with him? Guy who does the update,
Jason McIntyre.
Yeah, and he was, wow, she's not that good, Colin, and she's really not that good in the Luster's office. She's really coming backwards, and Colin's like, well, I mean, she's playing less minutes, and her numbers are up. Her efficiency rate's up. Is the shine off of her, and hence somewhat off of that league? We're watching her struggle. We're watching her have shouting matches with the coach. Have you watched much?
I do when it's on. I was the other night, had it on split screen. A couple other things that were going on.
Okay.
With Phoenix and Minnesota. And yeah, she is the draw. And at some point, it just has to be real. Like, you can't be kid gloves. Now, the Fever are, I guess they stripped a reporter for actually reporting on the situation. Like, there's things like, if you want to grow, then
they strip the credentials from a reporter?
Yes.
For
reporting on a situation earlier in the season where Caitlin Clark missed time. And
was it factual reporting?
We were talking about, yes. About her missing time. But it's like, if you want to grow, yeah, you don't want to see the entire league beat up on Caitlin Clark. But at some point in time, you just got to be real. And there's going to be reporting, and there's going to be drama. There's going to be times where people go after your best player. What have they done with LeBron James for the last 15 years? Like, it's a part of it.
So the video that came out was her and her head coach, Stephanie White, and passionately disagreeing. Is that a fair way to put it? I mean, they were in an argument. It was during a loss in Portland over the weekend. And Caitlin Clark was asked about it, and her quote was, first of all, it's two people being competitive, two people that really want to win. I think a lot of things happen all the time. I know there's a camera on me, and that's how it's going to be, but there's a lot of people out there in the media or TV that they think that they know a lot of things that are just blatantly wrong about a lot of things. I ride for Steph. I ride for these girls. Nobody thought twice about it. Just another example of what everybody, all of you, want to blow up and make something that's just not in reality. End quote. Does the media blow something up that's not there? I mean, it is during the game, you get into it. Is there something there? I would argue that she might be right. When Tom Brady gets into it with Josh McDaniel or with his head coach, is it a big issue? It is for a second, but not, yeah, okay, cool. Clark said on a relationship with the coach, it's great. So when I got hurt in the Connecticut game, I balled in Steph's arms. It's somebody that I will ride with for the rest of my life. People don't see that. JJ, if this was a male athlete, if this was Steph Curry and Steve Kerr. If this was Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay, I'm not going to put LeBron in there because it's a different sport. Would we have as big an issue as we have with this? And I say we because she's blaming it on the media. Yeah.
But I think it doesn't need to be kid glove. Like, Caitlin Clark is impactful. Caitlin Clark matters. But these things are real, and they're going to talk about it. If LeBron or Steph blew up like that in a huddle, they talk about it. And especially with LeBron James, they'd say, oh, is the coach going to get fired? Just like they did in this situation, because you're that level of player.
Yeah.
It comes with the territory.
It's not like we've never seen head coaches or managers and players go at each other. I mean, go back to Billy Martin and Reggie Jackson, although that was pretty good drama back in the day. Yeah, how do you feel about her just saying, but you guys are blowing it all up? With all due respect, Caitlin.
Well, yeah, guess what? That's the world you're in.
Yeah.
You want the coverage. Yeah. Things get blown up, even if there's ultimately nothing.
And there might be something there. But this is where I go back to, and you've heard me say this a million times. If you want to stand there and bask in the glory when you win, and do the interviews and grow your brand, your image, your legacy. I do believe a requirement then is you need to stand there and answer the questions when it's not glory. And when you and your head coach are screaming at each other on television, the media isn't making something up or blowing something up. It's not on you guys. All of you want to blow something up and make it something that it's not. No, they're coming to you and asking you about it. Are we going to just ask you about the behind-the-back pass or the turnover or the three-point shot? I would argue the media's responsibility is to ask what happened, how the relationship. I would argue that they're not doing their job if they don't ask you about it. Now, you want to get cranky about it. Now, and there's a line. Ask me about it, let me answer. You want to keep digging into it. Okay, now there's a line. But don't you think, I mean, great pass in the third quarter, Caitlin. Oh, yeah, no, she says, okay, and then you and your coach were in each other's face.
What happened? Are you good?
And now she'll give you an answer. What's the follow-up to that answer? I think it's fair. Listen to it. You hear me tell you all the time, listen, and your next question should be your response off that answer, right? But at some point, let it go. Now, I don't know if this thing went too far or she just didn't want to be asked. And you could see it's wearing on her. Just watch her body language. But I'm going to tell you, it's hard to feel bad for part of you being on every damn commercial on my television. Is when you and your coach are in each other's face, people are going to ask about it. You got to explain it. I heard Colin Cowherd is next. The Jim Rome show's after that. Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas is the name of the show that airs at 4. Isotopes Baseball in Salt Lake tonight, and we're back with award-winning radio starting tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Adrian, appreciate you immensely. It looks great on the television side. Thank you. He's J.J. Buck. I am Jeff Symbieta. Big day for you.
Huge day.
Enjoy. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you.